Hi friends, this is Miss Cat, one of the STEM educators at Boys and Girls Club, and today I want to challenge y'all to a math problem. Yes, that's right, a math problem. So all you're going to need for this challenge is one piece of paper, preferably a computer sheet of paper that's 8.5 inches by 11 inches. And my challenge to y'all is how many times can you fold that piece of paper in half? So this is my piece of computer paper. It is 8.5 by 11 inches. And I'm just going to start folding it in half. So after this fold, I realized I couldn't fold it anymore, and I think I am done. So let's count to see how many folds I had actually done. So this was after one fold, this was after two folds, this was 3 folds, this was 4 folds, 5 folds, and 6 folds. And maybe 7 folds, but I tried really hard and I could not get it to fold another time, so I gave up. So most likely you were able to fold it 6 or 7 times, but why is that? Why is the maximum this amount of times? In reality, if you had enough energy and if your piece of paper was large enough, you could fold it as many times as you wanted. So what's the answer? Why is this possible? Well, this problem has to do with exponential growth. And exponential growth is when you multiply a number by itself many times. So we're going to be taking our number 2. We're taking 2 because when we fold our paper in half, we are doubling thickness of our piece of paper by 2. So we want to write it like this. We have 1 fold, which means we have 2 thicknesses of the paper. So now when we fold it again, that means we are doubling the double we have already done. So that is 2 times 2. So the thickness of our paper is now 4 times the original thickness. When we write it like this, it just means we are doubling the 2. So now if we fold it again, we will be multiplying 2 by 2 by 2, which will get 8, which means that this thickness will now be 8 times the original. And when we write it like this just means that we are multiplying 2 by 2 by 2, not 2 times 3 and not 2 plus 3. So when we fold it another time, then it's 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, and that means it's going to be 16 times the original thickness. So then when I fold it a 5th time, then the new thickness will be 32 times the original. And then when I fold it another time to get 6 folds, this is where I was able to stop on my piece of paper, which means that my piece of paper is now 64 times the original thickness. If you were able to fold it a 7th time, then your new thickness would be 128 times the original thickness. So you're probably wondering now, how thick is my folded piece of paper? Well, the thickness of one piece of paper is 0.0039 inches thick, or 1/10 of a millimeter, if you want to use the metric system. So just to say, our pieces of paper are very thin. To figure out the thickness, I went to my calculator app and I put in the thickness of the paper in inches because I like inches. So I put 0.0039 and then I'm going to multiply that by 2. And then I get 0.0078 inches, and this is the thickness of when the paper is folded once. Since I was able to fold my piece of paper 6 times in half, I'm going to multiply 0.0039 by 2 6 times. So when you fold it 6 times, you are going to get 0.2496 inches thick, which is about 1/4 of an inch. But like I said before, if you have a piece of paper that is large enough and you have enough energy, you can make as many folds as you would like. There is one problem though. The problem? If you do somehow manage to fold your piece of paper at least 103 times, the thickness of that piece of paper will be larger than our observable universe. Whoa, I know. So how is that possible? So if we do what we were doing before, we will start out with 0.0039 inches and then multiply it by 2 to the power of 103. When we do this, we get the answer of 3.96 times 10 to the 28th inches, or 39 octillion inches long. If you're looking for feet, you would divide all those inches by 12 and you would get 3.29 times 10 to the 27 feet. If you divide the number of feet by 5,280 feet to get how much is in a mile, you would end up with 624 sextillion miles. So we saw our folded piece of paper, if we did it 103 times, was 6.24 times 10 to the 23rd miles, and our observable universe is 93 billion light years, or 5.46 times 10 to the 23rd miles, which is less than our folded piece of paper. Thank you for watching, and I'd love to see how many times you can fold your piece of paper.